Alrighty, welcome to Monday Night Live, and I guess what we're going to be doing tonight is a bit more of a training-based approach to the business, and we'll be talking a bit about Zen and, in particular, customer focus. I was actually listening to a really good audio on MLM Nation the other day, and they're talking about, how important having a big, strong customer base is to your business, because if you can get that loyalty attached to your product line, it doesn't matter if they're a business builder and they feel that there's a better opportunity out there. If you've got lots and lots of customers, that there is the holy grail to having a big business. And I guess with all our different ranges, I guess when you look at network marketing in general, you could go and build a business with lots of different companies, and lots of companies have a singular product line focus. So you look at Avon, and it's all skincare. You look at Herbalife, they're really into the weight management space. You look at Visalis, weight management. You look at Isagenix, cleansing, weight management. There's so many companies out there with their real strong singular product focus. When we have our range, youth enhancement, it's broad, and that's good. But some people get lost in the information. There's so many different product ranges, so how to actually go out and build a business. So I often lead by selling and looking for entrepreneurs to sell the story, but from a customer perspective, you can break all our ranges down into different niches and target customers based on the niches. And, there's some people that really focus on the whole weight management side of things. Some are focused on the whole youth enhancement, beauty-based approach. Some are really passionate about nutritionals. So, you can really lead with a singular range if that's certainly your way about the business. And I guess a week ago now we had Mark McDonald here, who's out there promoting the whole Zen Project 8 movement. And really, at the end of the day, that's a customer focus based approach. So many people trying to get on board with that program. But it's really a lot of people just trying to get on board, get good results, and that's really their end game. So for me, I went out last week and signed up a few customers to the program, and I started with a conversation first, and it was really along the lines of doing the whole Zen Project 8. I ran into, say, an objection, and the objection may have been the price point, for example. And I said, you know what, why don't you try our new program? This is Australia, New Zealand. So if you're on here from other markets, they may not have this package here. But because Mark was here last week, we launched it here. And I basically said, why don't you just do the Detox Ignite phase over the next 30 days leading into Christmas? And if you get the results there, eating the PFC every 3, you see the results of people in the community, and you've done Detox Ignite. Then in January 1, we'll just have to make sure everyone locked off here. Then on January 1, do the entire program. So, it was sort of a softer approach in. You come into resistance in that part of the equation. We drop down one more level and say, you know what, why don't I put you into our exclusive group? So let's just assume you've joined up, because this is for our Zen Project 8 participants. I'm going to put you in our exclusive group for the next 14 days. And that there is our free our community for our members. It's Facebook, it's education, it's support. You get a lot of benefit, a lot of value out of that program. You can even start eating the healthy PFC every 3 way. You can look at all the intellectual property, all the research, development. And if you see something in the program, then maybe you want to make a decision about even doing Detox and Ignite. So I sort of started at the top of doing a Zen Project 8 course. If I run into a price point based objection, I initiated the Detox Ignite phase. If I come into resistance there again, I try and get them into the free community to see the value that they're going to get based on the program. So I signed up 2 customers last week. I ran into the $688 hurdle, and I got them into the Detox Ignite. And if they get results on that, they've committed January 1st to sign up to do the full 8-week course. So you can see my focus in that part of the process was really getting people on the products. And ultimately, if I could get 10, 15, 20 people committing to just joining the community, I could see easily a 30, 40, 50% uptake into doing the Detox Ignite phase based on the value that they get out of that community. And that's what people really like. They like to see value, and I believe that is great value for people. So that's been my approach. Really, I guess it's a way to really focus and target customers, not any of those people that were interested in joining to be a Zen Project 8 consumer last week were interested in the business. I felt that resistance instantly, so I just backed off the way I approached. I knew that they were interested in healthy eating, weight loss, better body composition, etc. And that was the path I took. So I guess the moral to the story, 8, even up to 9 out of 10 people that join will be consumer only. The holy grail is to find the one person that can reach the masses. That's an absolute given. But don't be scared to drive with a range of customers. There's people at the moment that really align with the whole envy and the beauty and and they've run with that as a bit of a hook into their business. We know Matt and Amber and I know Keely in Australia have really aligned with a more of a Zen Project 8 based customer hook into the business. The important thing is once people join as a consumer, the best thing you can do is then open the conversation, say, look, we do have other ranges. So if you like the Zen Project 8, and you're interested in looking at our other arms of youth enhancement, I'll send you some information about that. Or if you like Zen Project 8 or Envy or the range that you're really buying as a consumer, I can explain to you a bit about the business if you get good results and you can see other people that may see value in this. So I guess it's another way to bring people through into the business. And I was listening to that person get interviewed the other day, and he was just a massive ambassador for having high-end focus on having customers, because if you can get customer loyalty, you can get people that just stick to the program for life. So that there is high value. So if you're in Australia, New Zealand, that package gives you that option. If you're someone from one of our other markets, you may have to find out whether you have that option there, but you can do Detox Ignite now as a really good option. And there will be announcements about promotions coming through into the next month too, into December. And while we're on coming into December, we're closing out this year, I always run to the finish line. So that's my goal and motto in life, is just closing out. I'm going to the gym quite a lot at the moment, and we do a lot of challenges, and you might do a 10-minute challenge of something, and even to the last, I don't stop with 5 seconds to go. I push right through to the finish line, and that's how I treat my business and how I approach life. It's not, I'm nearly at the end of the year. I might just throw, everything out now and just cruise through. I actually run all the way to the finish line. So there will be a promotion next month. And I guess this month the month of December too is that time of the year where people catch up and socialize, and you may have a really good story to tell about a result on Zen or result on Envy or, a result on Nutritionals or whatever it is, and people say, what have you been up to? I haven't seen you for ages. That's when you can lead in and say, you know what, I actually just partnered with a youth enhancement company that launched into Australia, and we've brought in some cutting edge products in weight management, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested in having a look at it, I'm happy to send you some information. And just that's all you say, and wait for them to come back and ask more questions. If they ask more questions, that's a good sign. If they don't, you might back off for a bit until they give you another hang on here. Don't know what that is. I just had a message show up on my screen. But yeah, you may need another way to get into that conversation again. So it's throwing out the fishing line to see whether there's interest in continuing on with sharing more information. If there's not, you may back off and they may open the door again, and that may be a conversation based on money. So, this time of the year, it's friends, family, catching up, socializing, people happy with how they're going for the year. It's a time of the year you can open conversations about, where are you at now? Are you happy with where you're at now? Do you have visions and goals in 2018? What are they? Are they monetary goals? Are they health goals? Like, people start having New Year's resolutions, and it's time of the year that you can find holes in conversations where you can bring up looking good, feeling good, cutting edge products. You can bring up, are you open to making extra cash flow? Not starting a business, are you open to make extra cash flow? Because people are scared by the word business often. I'm always listening and learning off other people that have had success in this industry, and I try and teach people what I learn. And someone said the word business frightens people. The word cash flow excites people. So, you may not say, if you go out and say you're interested in opening a new business, people I go, gee, I've got to invest $1 million here and I've got to hire staff. I'm a bad employee myself. I couldn't employ anyone, but you say you're interested in making some extra money, that the ears prick up. Oh, yeah, okay, how do I do that? As long as it's legal, I'm in, type of thing. So I guess that may be a way to approach the whole business thing. If they're not happy with where they're at financially, New Year's resolution is to get a new job, is to go on my first overseas holiday. Like, there's so many ways you can bring up the conversation where they can open up and say, you know what, I'm not happy. I do want to make a change. I am, at the start of I put up on my Facebook openly recently about being a personal trainer since 2001, and I was less than 10% body fat. I was playing semi-professional sport, and when I transitioned into this industry, sold all my gyms, I wasn't training enough. I started making slack choices around eating, and I started making excuses. So this time last year, I was sitting at home thinking, enough is enough. If Zen wasn't in the equation with Jeunesse, and someone said, are you interested in losing some weight and getting your body back into the shape it's been before? And they introduced me to a program, because I was in that mindset, because I was not happy with where I was at, because I was ready to make the change. It might not have been a network marketing company-based product or whatever it is, but I would have been going, look, I'd love to have a look at it, because I am actually looking to get myself back into shape. There are people that will be thinking that now. There'll be people that won't be happy where they're at financially now. There'll be people that won't, be dissatisfied with their health now. There'll be people dissatisfied with that aging-based process happening as well. There's going to be people there looking for what we have. So just think of that all the time. 7.2 billion people out there. We have what everyone wants. It's just about how you position that conversation. So in regards to Jeunesse, again, another promotion that did get launched, which I thought was an amazing opportunity for people that, again, I guess this is a pre-planning based thing, but from a business perspective, they launched a 12-month prepaid, or there was a 6-month option, a 12-month option, where I think you got 5 free boxes of reserve on a 12-month, plus the 2 nominal serums that you normally get. So I'm like, going 5 boxes of reserve, that's $800 worth of free product. So, and that may not fit into everyone's budget, but let's just think about it like this. If you're committing to the business for the next 12 months, you get your product sent to you that you buy in every period of time, you pay your shipping, you get your product, etc. If you can stretch your budget, you can actually think about it and you get $800 worth of free product. So if you have people in your business that may be interested or open to that, you need to be able to share that message down, because if you can save people money, they love you for it. But $800 worth of free product's a lot of free product. Gives you an opportunity to sample some of your reserves to people as well. And from a business perspective, just imagine you've got a business my size or even a Sapphire Elite size, and you could have 9 out of 10 people that want to be a customer for life. You're giving them value in product. They go, look, I can stretch to that budget. Imagine if 50% of those customers took you up on that, and then you know that you've locked in a customer for the next 12 months. We're thinking about it from a business perspective at the moment, but think about it from their end, and you can help them out by getting them, either you could refer to it as free product or reducing the cost of their existing product. Because if you say, okay, 12 months of prepaid auto ship is $1,400 and you're getting $800 free, think of it as, how much money that they're actually saving. So that's certainly a promotion that, really needs to be considered and looked into. Talked a bit about product focus, product hooks. So when I say product hook, in network marketing, typically a company goes for a range. So we look at Isagenix, cleansing, weight loss-based company. That's its primary. It does have other ranges. Tupperware, it's all plastic, container, etc. That's their genre, that's their range. So we have lots of ranges. So if you align with a certain range, make sure that you really try and lure people in with that customer-based approach to the business. So we've touched a fair bit on that already. As I mentioned, Christmas is a time for conversations, but it's also a time, January, historically, it's not a Jeunesse thing. It's a network marketing thing. The 2 slowest months of the year, I guess in business in general, when you really look at it, every business is starting to wind down their operations into their festive season. So you'll start seeing Christmas shows pop up. The Christmas show in a department is popping up. So I worked in the hospital system for a long time. You have 100 staff at a Christmas party for 2 hours. That's less productivity for the business. So, but the business sees the value in the Christmas party. So, I guess what I'm saying there, business slows down in general for all businesses pretty much from mid-December through to mid-January. That is like just a network marketing trend as well. So just assume and expect that's the case. But don't forget, planting seeds is absolutely critical. Like lag time conversation. Like a lag time conversation is I'm signing people up now that I spoke to years ago. I actually signed up a girl this week. She worked with me. She turned up to the Zen Project 8 event. Time was right for her from a weight management perspective. But when she walked in the door, when we said, oh, gee, it's been such a long time, she said, yeah, 10 years. We haven't spoke basically for 10 years. We've seen each other on social media, but she's known what I've been doing for the last 10 years. She worked with me as a second in charge of my businesses for 6 years. So we had a really good relationship. It wasn't till this week, because of Zen, she was ready to lose some weight and was happy to try the program. She trusted and respected my opinion, but she's probably seen a lot of Zen posts from me over the last 18 months. She's probably seen a lot of my journey over the last 6 to 10 years as well. So planting seeds now to these conversations that you're going to have through this phase will be vital, because they will potentially turn into customers, hopefully in the near future, but certainly, it might be this time next year. It might be in 18 months' time. You just never know when that will happen. When you're promoting customers, always give people the confidence that, if you're not satisfied, we do have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so make sure they understand what that actually is. So you may need to just make sure that you understand that in your own head, but 30-day money-back guarantee, it's just like that. Gee, if they're prepared to give that out, their products must work really, really well. That's the sort of psychology that comes into play under that situation. In regards to 2018 vision, everything else, look, I always look at Jeunesse as I joined on their second year. Joining Jeunesse on their second year was the hardest part of the equation you could possibly do. They had 2 products, not a hell of a lot of testimonies, a website you wouldn't show, you're too embarrassed to show your friends and family. They were in 85 markets at the time, but sales were very low in a lot of those markets, so there was a chance there was a lot not going to come off. Sales in general was $65 million. So some people say, all good for you. You made that decision, you jumped on board and you got in early, let's call it. Early's not always best. Early can be best if you're prepared to ride the wave and the challenges. So myself, Lyndon, Aaron went out to the US, but also on that trip there was another 8 to 9 entrepreneurs that really aren't building the business anymore. So they were early, but they don't have a business. The business of Jeunesse, now it's matured. It's an easier story to tell. Its video work is incredible. We don't just have Reserve and the Serum anymore. We have all sorts of amazing ranges to work with. Our business is established. We're not just in 85 markets anymore. We're established in a lot of markets around the world. Our success is now record-breaking success, the fastest company to ever do $1 billion in a calendar year. So the story of Jeunesse is easier to tell. So some people go, easier when you first started because you got in and blah, blah, blah. But that was for 3 out of 12 people. We rode the wave, we rode the challenges, we rode the hard work, and were prepared to stick to the course, and the fruits were to follow through. But would I rather tell the story of Jeunesse today or tell the story of Jeunesse when I first started? I've got more confidence in what I'm going out into the field and telling 2017 as opposed to 2011. The story is only going to get bigger, stronger, and better. Jeunesse is, it's evolving. We've got new products that we're continuing to launch. There's exciting new markets, exciting new ranges. I'm very bullish about 2018. What happened in probably the second half of 2016 that rode into this year, we had multiple companies move into the market and people were confused. The people that did go to those companies, I wouldn't say are there building really anymore or had success. So was it the opportunity that was letting them down, or was it just that they weren't prepared to do the work that's required for the success? People could argue either way for that. So I'm as excited as I've ever been in Jeunesse in 2018. I went through a phase back in 2006, 7, 8 where I invested probably $300,000 into my own personal growth and development and leadership. I went to course after course after course, paid for mentor after mentor after mentor. And from 2008, where I drew a line in the sand, I went on a 3-year journey through my traditional business, including network marketing as well. And the story is where it is today. But this year I made a decision that I was going to reinvest back into myself. And I don't really subscribe to people going out just paying for a course for the sake of it. Only pay for things you see value in. But this year I invested into learning LinkedIn really well. That was $1,500, $2,000 investment. But I want to teach people that information, and that information built the foundation of my presentation on the Gold Coast, which I've also done now as I think if you go into the JFI group somewhere, it's advanced prospecting techniques. I learned a lot of that from doing that course. And recent times I've invested $12,000 into taking my skills leadership to the next level as well. And I want to, again, share information with people. I want to help people grow their business. I don't expect people to go out and spend that sort of money because, that's risky for a lot of people. For me, I see the value in it because I can certainly educate a lot of people with what I learn as well. So I wouldn't be doing that if I wasn't absolutely rock confident with Jeunesse, what I'm doing, where I'm going with the business, and what I want to do with people. And when I say do with them in terms of helping them grow in their businesses. So get excited about the year, run to the finish line, close out the year the best you can, search for customers, look for customers, follow that model I did even with the Zen Project 8. So if you want to rewatch the recording, go back and do that. And, I'm excited and look forward to work with everyone in 2018. So let's see if I can unmute everyone here. I'm just going to stop the recording for people that want to jump on and watch.